Mm-hmm.
So
he's going big.
He's going big.
All right, everybody. So we are here, quarterfinals of tonight's Friday Night Standard FNM. Friday Night Standard, I guess Friday Night Magic Standard Tournament. 24 players been whittled down to 8. On the left, I got the names backwards, but I'll fix that here in a second. We got Max Turner playing John Midrange versus Nick Cooper, a first-time stream player playing a Selesnya Tokens homebrew that went undefeated through the Swiss until the final round where he fell to the local legend Adam Vickers. It is a parallel lives-based deck, right?
Yeah.
As I'm joined by Joey Smith, as I think the rest of our commentator crew is playing in this top 8, as both Yen and Maxx made it. Vickers made it too, I think. So.
Yeah, he's undefeated. Mm-hmm. He's first place.
Hey, Garrett.
Hey, guys.
How'd you do tonight?
2-2. I just lost the slash around. For the record, just drinking was patting his kiss.
I was actually patting my leg for him to sit on it.
You mix with?
So, Rootborn defenses, good grief. Like, Nick I know Nick is like a newer player, but like he clearly knows what he's doing because he just served him with that Lockstone Smiter, then Rootborn defenses to blow Max way the heck out. So
this was my round 2 loss.
Like his deck is just good cards, right?
Right. He went 3-3 into 4-4 into Armada, or not Armada, Advent of the Worm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
is that Grove of the Guardian?
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't wait to hope that happens.
You have the token for it?
I do actually out there, I think. Because it's just a rare, it's not a... So Nick with, how did he make that one Centaur? Was it the Call of the Conclave? Yeah. Which he populated with Rootborn defenses, which kept his Lockstone Smiter around.
Whatever you can 2-for-1 John.
Okay, so Max is going to 2-for-1 him here when he tries to put Unflinching Courage on the Lockstone Smiter.
Max is out of cards.
Putrefying. Yeah, but the one Centaur is going to get through.
This is where you want to be against Jones. You've out-carded them.
Yeah. I think Max has 3 cards in his hand. But this is Olivia, in a pretty good spot. And a 5th land to go along with it.
Yeah, is Max going to be playing around Selesnya Charm this game?
Well, to a certain extent, he really can. At this board state, he can, but in the previous channel you're watching him, he was just getting overrun. At some point, you just had to start machine gunning. Why is Max at 14?
I think he accidentally.
There must have been a life discrepancy earlier that he's correcting now, because he only took 2 from that attack, but he did put himself. So we see Max has 2 lands and Abrupt Decay in hand, so he's actually in a pretty good spot here. You can just, if you want to, you can just make a 6/6 Olivia and get in there. But he chooses to play the more defensive route. It's funny because earlier against Vince playing the Grixis control deck, Max is clearly the beatdown in that. But in this matchup, this is what the Gen deck can do. It just morphs into more of a control-ish deck.
He blocks and goes for the ping.
Mm-hmm.
No special effects from it.
It's possible that, based on Nick's experience level, he didn't realize that was going to...
This is the opponent that I took 5 extra turns in a row on. He liked it. Practice here, that's good against the 3-3 deck.
Uh-oh.
Max making the mistake of killing off the other creature that he could use to pump his Olivia.
Yeah, I mean, at some point.
Well, I'm sure with the tokens deck, he's going to make more tokens.
You know, go to the wall. I don't know what Max is doing,
Nick was asking if we could hear them talking out there, and Max was in a playful way suggesting that no, you can't, unless you talk like that.
Max is an asshole.
Who brought that guy anyway, man? We really got to do something. I'm going to talk to JB about it. Grove of the Guardian. 5, tap it. Tap 2 untap creatures and sacrifice it to make an 8/8.
8/8 vigilant.
But at this point, Max has entered the paying and steal portion of the game.
This is bad. Now I make it 3/3.
And it's definitely downhill from here.
Oh, he's just going to refill his hand.
I don't know. I need to make these to the next turn where you're letting them draw cards.
I think, to be perfectly honest, against Nick's deck, which is more than likely unable to deal with Olivia.
Man, this is the part of the game that I start rooting for the Maxx turn opponent. When you check with your green white opponent if Farseek is okay. Just play Farseek.
Resolves.
He would play Mana Tide.
He could be playing Mana Tide.
Or Lapse of Certainty.
Is
White counterspell.
Is Selesnya Charm Exile 4, Exile 5?
5.
Alright, well then I was mistaken.
He was asking me.
I thought it was Exile 4.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
So Maxx inadvertently played around Celestia Charm.
Are you animate and go here? Uh-oh. Drag Tusk. Puts Maxx back up to 16. More importantly, puts our Drag Tusk count on the night at 12.
So you get 1 for 6 here.
That's 2.5 Drag Tusk per round. That's one a game.
Maxx concedes?
No.
I'm pretty sure Maxx conceded. I'm going to go tell JB this.
Alright. It has gotten much quieter out there, so I'll have to be very quiet when I remind everyone that if you want to help the stream out, the best was last week. I haven't put it on the site yet, but last week there was Scotty was in here in between rounds, and I was talking with him, and I said, well, I should mention that I'm now joined by Scotty Wright, and Scotty just went, but we didn't have this stuff. And I was like, you just waved to no one, so that's pretty funny. And he's like, I guess I did wave. But, so there's 224 people watching tonight. So first of all, thanks for watching. I am really tired. Today's not been the best performance. So at 10:30, it's not too late. I've just been really tired. I know. But yeah, if you want to help us out, make sure you follow us on our various forms of social media. YouTube.com/ZachSellsMagic. Everything we've ever recorded is up on that channel. Make sure you subscribe there. You can follow me on Twitter at ZachSellsMagic for general one-liners and comments about Magic, as well as weekly round updates. I put the feature match on Twitter every week, each round. Most importantly, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic. Daily updates, Magic content, videos,
Quick questions.
pictures, links. Quick questions. This week we were talking about which card from Standard people are going to miss the most. What did you say? Champion of the Parish. And finally, obviously, you're watching on Twitch.
My first love.
If you're watching live, so make sure you click the follow button. It'll send you an email anytime we go live with the stream. But if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, make sure to try and check us out live sometime. Looks like these guys are still sideboarding, so I'll remind everybody that if you want to win some Magic cards, head over to our Facebook page and look for the giveaway post I made. It's the most recent post. And then like, comment, and share on it if you want to win a playset of rock, paper, scissors cards. We'll draw for those like we do every week. It also shows up in my Twitter feed at ZachSellsMagic, so follow me there and retweet it for 4 chances to win each and every week.
We have an IQ coming up.
We do have an IQ coming up. Excellent point, Garrett. If you guys want to win some cold hard cash, $250 to the winner of our Star City Games Invitational Qualifier. Cold hard cash for our SCG IQ on Saturday, August 17th. The last time we had one of these, we had over 50 people, so we're hoping to have the same kind of turnout. So you guys can have a great tournament, and somebody's going to go to the Invitational later this year. $25 entry fee, standard tournament. Starts at noon, so it's not an early start by any stretch of the imagination. Make sure you go to lostlegiongames.com for more information. And for those of you who physically can't make it, we will be streaming that event here on the channel. End
Last IQ.
infomercial.
Last night that we had down here, I got the joy of going 1-2 drop. Got the joy of playing Junker Invader and playing against some deck first round, beating it. While playing against Esper, and he kept making me sacrifice my swing slam. And then played Bant Auras, round 2.
And American
Auras, round 3.
Yeah, our last Star City IQ, which was a great tournament. People had a lot of fun. I unfortunately could not make it, but everyone told me that it was a great time. Was won by Bant Auras, Bant Hexproof.
Yeah, that was my round 2 loss. Was the frizzy hair guy from
Seth Anderson was the winner. I will tell you now that Seth Anderson's current standard deck of choice is Nivix Cyclops.
1/5s.
That deck does a lot of work.
That can attack as if they did not have Defender.
It is, he's playing this Nivix Cyclops deck.
He kills people with creatures that have Defender. That would be the way I describe that deck. I don't know if that's going to be good enough to make the cut.
Ask Maxx if he won game 1. I'm sure he did, but I just want to get a confirmation.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, he did.
I just forgot to update it.
He had Olivia Thragtusk, Brilliant Lanes in play. This guy is not one to give up, though. I did have double Statcaster, Razoric, double Curse Death Soul, and a full grip. He kept playing after I took it.
Avon Worms 3/3. You can't even kill it.
I could kill it because I can untap my Statcasters.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting interaction. Alright, so we're back to it here. Nick on the play is going to be in a lot better spot, but it looks like he has kept a one-lander here.
That's fine.
That's
not against Tragic though.
Not against removal.deck.
Did Maxx keep a one-lander too?
It looks like it.
No. This is...
So Maxx is at 18? No, that's a Dragon Spell something. He kept a one-lander.
Yep. Did these fill as mulligan? I was busy talking about our advertisements.
Yes, I do believe about mulligans.
So Nick has drug out of it here as he does find his third land. And there is a Wayfaring Temple. Wayfaring Temple, I believe...
Power
toughness is equal to the number of creatures you control.
And it has populate when it does damage.
Whenever it deals damage to the player, populates.
So it seems pretty good with Advent of the Worm.
Did you know that guy's not bulk, like price-wise?
No, it's a very good casual card.
It's a good commander card. Popular is a popular.
And
I have a new mechanic called Popular.
It's not bad in standard because there's no cores.
We're now joined by Adam Vickers, one of our top 8 competitors. So,
good. I think you need to change that.
Our former top 8 competitor.
No. Yeah, you can say that because I'm a top
Semi-finals.
4
Oh my!
competitor.
Winning his matchup with Gru Aggro. Who'd you take down?
Troy.
Troy King. You beat Bant Hexproof.
I had 3 Searing Spears in my hand, and I kind of got there.
So, Wayfaring Temple gets in there for 2.
What's the creature that he played?
The spider.
Yeah, the Silklash Spider. So Maxx used to play that Farseek he's had in his hand since day 1.
Maxx kept a one-lander.
Yeah, I know. I was like, did Travis Tomlin not teach you anything?
Invoking the name of Travis Tomlin. I will mention that, so we did say Adam victorious in his quarterfinal against the Bant Hexproof deck of Troy King. We've got the matchup you see here. We've also got Vince Smith playing Grixis Control against Yen-shyang on Jun. And who's the other one? Justin Carpenter, who we just saw win a very exciting match with his Gru Aggro deck against Casey Skibby playing Rakdos Zombies.
I don't think Skibby has non-zombie cards.
So, Unflinching Courage on a Wayfaring Temple. Do they stack?
No.
But I mean, it's the power toughness stacks, right?
Yeah.
So that's a 6/6 lifelinker.
What if it was the old one?
Yeah.
If you had a cloak and a courage, yeah.
Or 2 cloaks.
Yeah. Which I think is going to eat a putrefy or an abrupt decay.
Whoops.
And then tragic slap? No.
And what's the base stats on the Silklash Spider?
2/5.
2/5.
2/7.
2/7.
Yeah, 2/7.
And you
Very good
can.
with Tristani.
You can pay 2 green and an X, and it
Is
deals
Hurricane?
that damage. Yes.
I don't think it's damage to players.
No, it's just
Corrosive
creatures with
Gale.
flying.
I've got a lot of respect, Joey, because you corrected me because you knew Hurricane
Yeah.
did damage to players.
I knew Corrosive Gale.
Corrosive Gale is the Phyrexian.
Mana.
Yeah.
Hurricane.
So I'll play for a little bit.
Can we call it Hurricane?
Mm.
Because I live in Hurricane.
Yeah, you do, but it's spelled Hurricane.
Is it
So it's
Is
Hurricane.
it fraction man a hurricane?
Yes.
Hurricane. Ooh, do you ever get the summer hurricane?
No. So Nick has every land in his deck out.
And Maxx has just got a few hits.
Why didn't he attack?
Because it's a 2-5.
It's a 2-7, you said.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 2-7.
He's at 24 and his opponent's at 10, and he's got nothing in his hand. But he does have Parallel Lives in play, which is not inconsequential, because Lingering Souls is going to make a butt ton of guys.
Or Midnight Calling.
I've been in the one who will also make 2 5/5s.
With Trample. I always forget it has Trample.
Yeah.
I didn't talk him into putting World Spine Worm in his deck. Because how good would that have been?
Who, Maxx?
No.
World
Nick.
Spine Worm?
6, 5/5.
Yeah.
Worms
Oh, yeah.
to play.
Yeah.
But doesn't World Spine Worm cost 15 or
He
something?
only needs
11.
11 mana.
He only needs 11 mana.
Well,
You
he's-
can do that.
He's drawn half his deck, and he's only 3 more away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so-
play Vernal Bloom.
Or Mana Bloom.
So he's
Yeah,
gonna get
Or
slipped
was
here.
it? Yeah, Mana, yeah.
Or
Smells like a slip.
Gilded Lotus.
You can get there.
Yeah, that's easy.
That's going to be my deck for the last FNM.
Arbor Elf off the top.
Never
Not
get away.
going to.
There's a string of root dice, obviously. So he was tapped and attacking.
It is, I think he's tapping it for mana. Yeah. No, he's tapping it for his,
You have
his
to get the
token.
elemental. Yeah. She gets 2, but
What's
Is that a-
happened?
No,
he
he's
gets
getting 2
Oh, yeah,
element
yeah,
tokens.
yeah, he had the land.
The land.
The Grove of the Guardian.
Does not require unsummoning guys, just requires guys.
But he didn't get a second one.
Is it a May or is it both? Is Parallel Lives a
Parallel
May?
Lives is not a May.
Go tell him. Go tell him.
One got decayed.
Huh?
One got decayed.
One got decayed.
Oh, I understand now. Well, it happens at such a breakneck pace.
Yeah.
There was just
It's still an 8/8.
We were talking about War Spawn Worm, so...
Well, Max just dropped Thrag Tusk, so.
Dark Dust is pretty good, except against 8/8.
Is this an Anjani 2 to give my 8/8 double strike?
I wish.
Oh, and it doesn't fly though, does it?
Yeah, it's not Elspeth.
Alright.
Oh, get some.
That's what happens when you keep a one.
That's the one thing that the Jund deck is weak to is the Johnny Call the Pride, Grove of the Guardians, whatever, that thing. That's the one, when they build in the Jund deck, they're like, this deck is great, it's a 60% deck against the field, as long as we don't get paired up against Grove of the Burn Willows, Grove of the Guardian,
And
Wind in the Willows
see, what
deck.
happened was Nick knew it was the prime time to play it. He played his deck, and he just ran up there.
He knew that whenever he got into the
He's-
top 8, he would play against the only Jund.
Yeah, he saw that the top 8 was really weak to Grove of the Guardian.
Hey, in all honesty, whenever I was playing Band Control during Return to Ravnica Standard, one of my most devastating losses was Grove of the Guardian beatdown. Because
But here's the
your
thing.
sorcery speed deck just can't interact with it.
I'm just having fun, but it's clearly fine, especially in this deck, which is wholesale dedicated to the token plan. The fact that he's only playing 2 colors means that Grove of the Guardian in no way interferes with his ability to play his cards.
Exactly, and
He's-
you can populate it.
He's actually playing 3 for Soren, I think. I think Soren's his black
Yeah, he does have
splash.
black in there.
Well, yeah, because he has
And
Lingering
Lingering
Soul.
Soul flashback, yeah.
Hey Zach,
Hey, Zach.
Now joined by the smelliest man in the room.
that's nice suit guy. I think you're talking about.
Good,
I
I
was
didn't
talking
think...
about
He's
Victor.
Yeah, 'cause I think I forgot to put deodorant on when I changed shirts.
I've got a stick.
I have some in my car. I guess I could have done that.
I can just rub up against you.
I wish you'd just give out a free stick with an FNM.
If we were playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. Well, they don't know how to apply take the cap off. So.
$5 gets you entry
It's like one of the little sticks.
And just a little rub.
and a
Yeah,
travel
just a little-
size right guard.
I think I remember reading in an old Inquest that some guy started doing that at his standard tournaments because it was unbearable.
Just have the can of Axe.
Yeah.
You pay your entry fee, you get sprayed down with Axe. Now you go.
Yeah, that
You have to
happened
go.
one time.
You just build in the windbreak of your store. You just build it and turn it into a decontamination chamber, and you just get shot with Febreze before you come in.
Yeah, I know a time that has happened to somebody.
Was it you?
No, I'm not going to say names. It wasn't me. It's not anybody in this room.
I'm pretty sure it was Leon too.
Listen,
Ice Cream Olive Oil, not sweat. It has a different nice
Promo deodorant. The top two participants and two random people will receive a FNM promo deodorant, which is foiled.
Black bordered and foiled.
Foreign black bordered deodorant.
Oh, we're playing Magic. This is a turn 3 Huntmaster. It's pretty good.
Yeah, flying and double strike. So from that to Johnny. So 16-16 or 16-8. Meanwhile,
Green Shell's going to help in that Huntmaster not flipping.
Mm-hmm.
Best thing Max to do is just pass a turn.
When Max was coming to FNM tonight, do you think he was like, you know what, guys? I really need to make sure my sideboard can handle go with a Guardian double strike.
I need to put
He's actually got
person that does hold in here.
He's got 6 cards in his sideboard to deal with that. So
I think he plays 4 Pithing Needles and 2 Phyrexian Metamorphs to copy Pithing Needle. And all named really good.
and actually, I'm pretty sure there's an engineered explosives in there just in case.
2
I mean,
bombs.
Yeah.
That will be a thing very soon.
Well, that's
Yes.
pretty good. Is he playing? Is he playing Intangible Virtue?
I don't
I
think
haven't seen
so.
How are you not playing Angel Verge?
I'm not sure that he actually knows.
Bonfire?
Yeah.
So he goes down to 14.
Now Max can't flip his Huntmaster.
He's going to take. Going to go down to 5.
An apt observation.
I hate miracles.
Why is that?
I'm not saying because like the game is over. Like I'm not saying that Nick would have come back and won this game necessarily, but like he certainly isn't going to do it now.
Well, we curved turn 3 Huntmaster into turn 4 Theractusk into Miracle Bonfire.
And to be perfectly
Gets
honest,
2 5/5 warp tokens.
and to be perfectly honest, hard cast Bonfire there would have been fine. But I just want to take this opportunity to once again, before it
When you rip
rotates
it up.
out, say I hate miracles. Although I did put one in my queue recently.
Yep.
Which one?
The most
Angels.
Intrigue?
I'm fine with it though.
Wait,
It's the one that makes creatures. Like you can kill
Yeah,
creatures.
right. Yeah.
It hasn't been broken so far. Every game I played it in testing, it usually ends up at the end of the game anyway, where like it's just as like Elstorm would be fine in that same spot.
Right.
It's where you like miracle it for 4 on turn 5. Like you just get 2 for them.
What was the card Max just
Future
cast?
Fall.
Future Fall.
Yeah, on the worm that was blocking
Yeah.
the Huntmaster.
Huntmaster flipped.
No, he had to
Yeah,
cast
put
Future
it, yeah,
Fall.
play Future Fall.
He could probably flash back his Lingering Souls right now would probably be good.
Or do that.
Play.
Make a Garrick, make
Put in
2
2
beasts.
And
Oh, is that a Parallel Lives up there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a huge fan automatically. Just by
Wow. Max is... Oh, we're
With
passing,
the
we're passing
flip
turn.
flip.
The reason that Nick isn't playing Primal Surge Zach is because he has too many sorceries.
They don't make tokens.
Zach's pants hates that comment, obviously. It's made a lot of noise.
You have received a text message from Zach's Pans.
So how did his Huntmaster flip if
That's
he...
just...
He didn't
He's
play
passed
anything.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No spells were played that turn.
I think we're setting a stream record for most commentators.
We can fit about 2 more people in here.
I can call my wife, see if she's still up. Bring all 3 dogs. We gotta get in here.
Why don't you do that one night? Be like, my dogs, they're going to comment.
I wonder if Jimmy would let me bring my dogs. They would hate it.
Why? It's not going to see them. They're going to be in here. Just smuggle them in your
we can fit
backpack.
2 more regular-sized people,
Yeah.
and then Jordan Pecchio's son. So
Nice.
Well, honestly, we could probably get Yen and Vince together in the space of one person.
So a lot of things are happening here.
We're playing a Johnny, making more beasts.
We played Wayfaring Temple.
And this is going to be a bonfire off the top.
So wait, is this like a comeback? Didn't we just say that he had no chance after that bomb?
He's at 1.
So,
So Max
actually
just-
played no
if
spells.
Max
Yeah,
passes
he
back.
didn't play 2 spells, so...
His
His fatal flaw was having spells to cast.
fatal flaw was casting a Wayfaring Giant, which he didn't, or Wayfaring Temple, which he literally
Didn't.
didn't.
Pass the turn.
And this kills you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Too bad he doesn't have some instant speed.
And not too bad for the guys, for
What,
Nick's...
first or second FNM?
I mean, I don't know if he's played before, but it's certainly the first time we've seen him around
He
here
played
on the
at
stream.
track. Dog, actual
well,
dog.
You can like 10 hour. It's usually in the evenings. But regardless, the Australian dog racing, backwards. They run the wrong
Of course.
They run the wrong
They
way.
do run the wrong way.
All right, we got another match.
Did Yen use it, or did he put his luck thing on everything? Yeah, he did.
If by luck thing you mean that pouring, I know way too much about pouring at this point.
It's a luck thing.
Pouring sounds like the rejected name of a Pokemon.
Luck thing sounds like some kind of bad Japanese term for like Hot Sauce America, Chevy, let's go. Luck thing.
Are we certain that pouring doesn't mean luck thing in Japanese?
I think pouring means putting.
A pouring is that giant head Beanie Baby sack thing that Yen.
Yes, for those of you who have not watched and are confused about what we're talking about, the pouring is it is like a bean-filled some kind of I don't know. It's not. It's like a plush toy except made out of a knit material and some kind of bean thing. It is from the game Ragnarok, and it is equivalently something you fight in the game. It's an RPG, right? Mm-hmm. It's the thing you fight at the beginning of the game to level up your character.
Yes.
And I used to play a game when I was a kid called Dragon Warrior on 8-bit Nintendo, and it was there's something similar, like a slime or something. It was a little ball like that. Now, the question we should be asking is, why does Yen call it around all the time and dust there all his cards with
Actually, we should say why don't we? Because Yen is good at
Good
magic
point.
and wins things.
I mean, I don't want to go that far.
What is the creature?
Yen is. What you're saying? Yen is not good at magic?
Huntmaster eats a far
He's
away.
in the top 8.
In response to the... Oh, no, you just cast both.
Someone just told us what good luck in Japanese
response
is.
to the,
Oh no, he cast the sack side in response to the trigger.
That's what I'm getting at.
We got it. You got it, and then I stole your thunder.
Something in the chat.
Well,
I got sniped.
you don't usually get to see Japanese characters in the chat.
Good luck in Japanese from Mr. Tagio.
But it is like, in unreadable Japanese, so it's not very helpful to us.
The problem we're really running into here is when we're trying to critique Yen's lifestyle is that none of us have really lived in the Matrix like Yen has, so we really can't. It's hard to compare because we're just uninitiated.
I wanted to take the blue pill, but that red pill looks much more tasty.
This is interesting.
Don't get Trinity.
This is interesting in the. This is one of the few games in which the cavern.
Yes.
No. The Cavern of Souls, Yen has 2 Cavern of Souls, very relevant in this game because it's very unusual in recent months that we've had legitimate control back to counter spells. Is it Charm on the Garrick Relentless that has a sweet altar on it?
Yes, his Garrick Relentless is Iron Man.
That is an awesome altar.
I like it. Maybe Yen should send it to me on my altar's request. I won't post it.
It's 6 weeks from now.
Come at me,
Is that a
bro.
Death Ray Shaman on the board too?
Hmm?
Is that a Death Ray Shaman on the
Yes,
board too?
Yen has a wolf token and a Deathrite Shaman to Yen's 5 lands and a handful.
Vince has
But
Snapcasters.
Vince also missing his land drop.
Vince does run 26 lands in this deck. And he has Think Twice.
And all of them make mana except for one Ghost Quarter. I mean, Ghost Quarter attached for mana, but all of them are just legitimately lands.
Yep, color lands. He doesn't like no.
He ain't got time for no utility.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. So Yen debating on if he wants to trade off this wolf token with a Snapcaster Mage. Gets in there.
He decides that he does, but Vince not willing to. Either doesn't have that play available or not willing to.
Doesn't have the 2 to tango.
Or it's just an Ambush Viper with the Death Ray untapped.
Good reference there.
Yen is going to attempt to land
Yen is living in the red zone.
Is he going to... he has a Cyrus hand in his hand. Doesn't that just win the game at this point?
It's very hard to cast that card against 5 open mana though.
Well, it depends on if one of those caverns is naming Demon.
Correct.
That's a good point.
He either doesn't have in his hand or isn't naming Demon. Ooh.
Is it Slaughter Games?
Yes.
Can't spell slaughter without laughter.
Slaughter on Aetherlings turns Vince's deck into a very, very slow.
However, he still beat me after I did that, so.
In response, we're going to, far and away, bouncing the token, make you sack your Deathrite Shaman.
Getting the card out of the graveyard with the Deathrite.
So Vince dropping down to 14, and now we're going to resolve the Slaughter games.
Yen just blind. We don't know if he resolved Slaughter Games game 2 to see Vince's deck.
And
There's no duress effect so far this game, so.
Just and to answer a quick question in the chat to the tortoise asking how they can send altars into our Facebook page, just go to the Facebook page at facebook.com/ZachSellsMagic and just send them to me directly there, just to send a message to the page with the attachment.
If you weren't watching live, you missed the best joke by Scott Driver.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
sure.
said just shove them in the USB port. Just roll them up and... I now want to envision someone who...
The chat pointing out the redirects in Vince's deck.
Yeah, we saw them in round 1 against Maxx, and that's when we realized. That's when we learned that Slaughter Games reads target opponent. Yeah, because he had the same situation in that.
In that situation, he would just name.
Did he get the Aetherlings?
I don't know what he got.
Oh, did he get Tamio?
He did get Tamio.
I guess Yen's deck more than most decks can answer
even if redirect Slaughter Games, like the naming happens on resolution, so you can just name, alright, it's about long.
Hunted Wumpus. Richard Garfield, PhD.
BFM, or what is it?
Big Furry Monster.
Big Furry Monster number 2 in the second half.
The right side.
The right side.
So Yen has a Liliana.
What is 4HM? I don't know what this is.
Liliana's going to be good here.
Oh, the 4 Horsemen. That's what he's looking for. I'm not the 4 Horsemen because I'm home for the summer. Working, making the cash.
This is going to be a very good Liliana because what Vince wants to do is hold Aetherlings until he has enough mana to play them
and have the bouncing
activations. So.
Well, more important than anything is the fact that Vince continues to miss his land drops.
Right. And now you can see him doing Yen-shyang discarding too.
And this has been very interesting. Multiple times in the games that we've seen Vince play, he is Faithless Looting, or he is it Charmed in Response with the looting mode, which I think is just a mistake because it's just card disadvantage. You're basically discarding 2 cards now to Liliana.
Much prefer to see that during his turn to get a land drop as he discards redirect and then go bolus.
The bolus is never coming down.
We don't have capability for the high-speed USB ports, Jam. The 20 to 21.
Dreadboard takes out the Liliana. I think the last card in Yen's hand is a Blood Crypt.
Blood Crypt not good here. Not the strongest play. Dragon Spell Summit.
Oh no, it was a Vraska.
That's a much better than a Blood Crypt.
It must have been a Blood Crypt or something. I mean, it's not like Yen holds his hand up so that I can.
This does run a lot of Snapcasters, so it's likely that we're going to see Snapcaster Dreadboard on this turn. There's no Mercy is activated on Vraska.
There's a land.
I think this
You're almost like a psychic.
Did he up it? Wouldn't you just blow up? Oh, it's non-land permanent, isn't it? I always forget that is non-land.
Richard doesn't like people blowing up land, Zach.
I know.
It's anti-fun, according to them.
You can do it at 7 mana with Karn. What about this? Thrag Tuskerton.
They're still talking about Maxx Jr. second time deck. They're
What
talking about it for
was it?
It's just this imaginary deck that Maxx has thought of. And that Adam Vickers hates the idea of it. It's a long story, but that's the premise.
Okay.
So that's going to have to find an answer to Thrag Test before Yen can find a Wolf Round. He does have Turn and Burn and Far and Away in his deck.
I mean, Vince has used a lot of cards at this point.
Yeah,
And still got a hand, still got a grip though.
He hasn't cast one thing twice yet, so he's just running on fumes.
I think he has one in his bin, doesn't he? There's been one in his graveyard at some point this game.
Our life totals are not particularly...
Yen could really use Underworld Connections or Death Ray Chandelier.
Vince does find his 7th land, so Cruel Ultimatum is live. Pretty good in the spot.
Also, Aetherling is a valid play now, with you having no cards.
How much power and touch does that pouring have?
Get in for 2.
Depends on what token it's representing.
Are we going to wipe the board here or something? Why,
This,
Dreadboard?
Dreadboard.
Like, why would you do that? Like, the Snapcaster is in chump block mode at this point, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Wolf Run wins the game here, right?
So yeah, it's 9.
Yes.
Yes, the only play is ace 2 damage. That he might be able to kill it this turn.
And, like, now, he's, like, dead to a bonfire, whereas before, if he jumped there, it at least gives him an extra turn that he doesn't die to a bonfire off the top.
Right.
Yikes. Never mind.
What is this card?
It's
Olivia.
Suncaster.
Well, but Vince just used his last dread. I mean, Vince has got one turn.
Right. I mean, anything that's not a land at this point is good for Yen.
If Vince doesn't kill it now, he'll just shoot it.
This is
Even a chump blocker is no good because he'll just shoot his drag test twice and attack for 4. Looking for think twice. Nope. That's it. So Yen-Shang's Jund mid-range deck. We got 2 Jund decks in the top 4. Now I'm going to step outside and see if they're going to play the top 4. So you guys